Hey guys, this is my new series, Fresh to 10 PBs. So in this series, I'm going to be trading from 1 fresh all the way up to 10 PBs, which if you don't know is just 100 fresh. So in the background is my first trade where I'm selling 1 fresh for 15k. I basically just did /offer to a high prestige and he accepted it. And there's also my second trade where I took my 15k and I got my first shark of the series. And if you don't know what a shark is, basically it's when you get a really good deal from someone who doesn't really know prices, so you're just offering them a bad offer and they take it. It's not like scamming or anything, because you're not really doing anything wrong. You're just saying, I'm going to give you this for this. You're not like lying about prices, you're just saying, I'll give you this for this. So I bought, with my 15k, a volley 1 bow. The reason I sold the fresh for 15k right away was because I thought that it would be easier to shark it on with, which it clearly was. So this series is basically going to be sort of a guide where I'm going to show you the tips I use in the series, but mostly it's just going to be me showing you the trades I do. Because it's not going to be an extensive guide, I'm only going to show you the tips I use in my trades. So there's a lot of things you could do that I'm not going to be doing. Here is the first tip of the trading series. This is how I found the volley bow and basically everything else in this series. I basically just go around and I /view random nons in the lobby, people that are like maybe prestige 1, prestige 2, prestige 0, but like level 90 or something, that might have a mystic that they don't know is very valuable or slightly valuable, but I can easily buy it for cheaper. So if you want to start, this is the easiest way to start, at least if you have a low net worth, is just going around and viewing random people. It doesn't really work once you get into the big numbers. The next thing I'm going to do is set up my Discord, because you need to have Discord to trade, or at least to make a lot of profitable trades, especially once you have a bigger net worth. So I go into Hypixel, as you can see in the background, I click social medias and I link my Discord by pasting it there. The next thing I'm going to do is going to go to discord.gg/pitplanet, or Planet Pit, it's one of the two, I think it's Planet Pit. I'll put a Discord link in the description. That's basically where I do all my trades, and it's just the best Discord to trade in. You need to be prestige 1 though, I think, and you have to have your Discord link to your Hypixel account. So here, basically, I'm just putting up an offer. I'm saying selling my volley bow for 4 fresh, which is basically what it's worth. This place also has a price trick channel, which I use a lot, but it's kind of bad for low tier items because people just say 0. Like an item like this would probably get trashed on. So here I just say these things for 4 fresh or mystics. You always want to say or mystics, because people are always overpaying mystics, and that's a really good way to make profit. This guy offered sweaty 3, which is worth 3 to 4 fresh, but I know I could do better, so I'm going to decline his offer. After posting the trade a few times, no one was really offering anything besides that one guy, so I just started spamming selling my bow in chat. Eventually someone said they would do 9 vial on a fresh, and I'm going to discuss vial in a second, because it's a very complicated piece of just thing, I guess, but yeah. So before I tell you all about vial, which is pretty complicated, I need to tell you what pure is. Pure is basically basic currencies, such like in real life it'd be money, like a dollar bill. But in this game it's fresh, mostly fresh pants, which in bulk, 10 of them is a PB. That's the standard. PB is a standard pure. If you say 1 pure, that means 1 PB basically. There's also feathers, which are worth a PB right now, but that changes a lot. Gems are sometimes pure, sometimes not, depending on the demand. Vial is pure, cactus is pure, and that's basically it. It's just the standard currencies of the game. Now I'm going to discuss vial, and it's very complicated, like actually. So vial is 3 for 1 fresh in small amounts, such as the guy who said I wanted 4 fresh, he gave me 9 vial for 3 and then another piece of fresh. But in bulk, it's 2 for 1 fresh, so usually people would do 20 vial for 1 PB. So if you buy a lot of vial for cheap, maybe 5k each, 3 for a fresh, and then sell it for 2 for a fresh, it's an easy way to make a lot of money for a lot of low tier people, but a lot of people do it now, so it's not as easy. But that makes vial really complicated, because some people will say, oh, vial is 3 for fresh, and other people will be like, no, it's 2. So you gotta buy for 3 and sell for 2, basically. I spent a few minutes just looking around people's inventories, trying to do a trade with someone. Eventually I just decided to sell this guy a fresh for 15k, because I thought, again, maybe gold would be easier for a low tier trade to buy a mystic from someone who's kind of poor, like I did earlier with the volley bow. After viewing a ton of people and a few failed shark attempts, I finally found someone who was willing to do a trade. He had High Life, Montezuma, I think it was pants that I wanted to buy for, or it was a sword, and I wanted to buy with Vile, because Montezuma sword at that lives could easily be 4 fresh, but it's at least 3, so I thought a good way to get rid of my Vile is to do 6 Vile for it, see if that would work for him. He was not really interested in 6, I think he wanted 8 or 9 at first. We bargained for a little bit, then we went down to 7 Vile for the pants, which I know I can flip for possibly even 5 fresh, and obviously Vile, again, as I said earlier, is really difficult to trade with, because he easily could have said, oh, I want 9 Vile for it, because that's what Vile's worth, but, so you kind of want to spend Vile on a Mystics, rather than keep it. So this is the end of today's first episode of this series. I plan on doing more series, obviously, until I get 10 PBs, and it basically went well, and if you're wondering, I was on an alt, so it's not like I was getting YouTube advantage, and same with the Discord was also an alt.